here, and we are about to do our last episode on patch 2.1 content, actually, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Is it women? Yeah, here we go. So we've done all the dungeons, all the content in 2.1, all the MSQ. We've gone as far into the relics as we possibly can, and now there's 4 more quests that we're able to do. I hear you've been busy as a bee, I bet. It seems half the whispers that come my way relate to your comings and goings. Being the active type you are, I reckon you'd be interested in investigating some queer rumors, am I right? But before that, let me ask, ever heard of a man named Hildebrand? No. To hear him tell it, he was Eorzea's greatest and most famous inspector. Still can't say I'm surprised you don't know him. To his credit, Hildebrand and his assistants have a knack for showing up when something's shady afoot. As for sussing out the culprits, well, he had his moments, though I hesitate to give him sole credit. Any road, 5 years ago, he gets it in the head that he's cracked the code of Messiah's 7th verse. Dalamud, the calamity, all of it can be stopped, he says, so long as he finds the hero of prophecy. And wouldn't you know it, the hero was Hildebrand himself. So he flies off towards Dalamud. Aye, that's right. He flew, launches himself straight into the air somehow, ridiculous as it sounds. Of course, it's only logical that he's got to come back down. Though it was only recently that we found his body. I had reason for bringing this up. Ah, right. So Nashu, Hildebrand's erstwhile assistant, has become an inspector in her own right. At present, she's investigating the queer rumors I mentioned earlier. She's a sweet lass, a bit daft, but sweet nonetheless. So when I hear she's at wit's end, I want to help. Thing is, I prefer to meddle in the affairs of living. Zombies are most definitely not my forte. So, if you're willing, I'll be grateful if you lend her a hand. As for where to find her, she's like to visit Hildebrand's grave in the Lich Yard when she's frustrated trying to look for her there first. Alright, let's go. The Rising event was so cool. The Rising event felt like it really paid homage to 1.0. It's strange that that wasn't the 6.5 quest, though. It feels much more fitting to, like, wrap up Endwalker looking forward into Dawntrail, right? Let's get out of this. Jump on our mount. Yeah! Play the prelude for me. Gosh, I love this mount. I actually think this is my favorite mount so far I've gotten. It looks like Phoenix. I think this is a Phoenix. Yeah, a Flame Reborn. Yeah. Makaraka. Oh, if only you were still alive, Inspector. You'd know how to stop these zombies. Oh, you there. Could it be? You've come to offer your services to me. Oh, but where are my manners? Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Nashu, Agent of Inquiries Extraordinaire Inspector. At least, that's what I'm trying to be. It's not quite as easy as he made it look. Dr. Hildebrand was a great man, a real Eorzean hero. We traveled the world, me and him, solving cases and thwarting evil. No matter the mystery, you could always count on the inspector to solve it with grace and style. But then there was the final case. The case of the century, he called it. How to stop the Red Moon from destroying the world. To save us all, he flew into the sky, and all I could do was watch. But then he came back down, and he... Oh, time for an echo flashback. This is all a joke. A big funny joke. Right, Inspector? Any moment now, you'll burst out of the crowd and shout, "Surprise! How'd you fooled, eh?" And we'll laugh and laugh. Hildebrand Manderville, beloved son. He's a Manderville, hey? They say no one remembers the warriors of light. Their names, their faces, all gone forever, but I remember you, Inspector. No. Gentleman hero Hildebrand. I can never be the hero you were, but I'll do my best to try. I, Nashu, Inspector Extraordinaire, will carry on your legacy. So, I told myself, well, Nashu, there must be a leader, a head zombie who tells the rest what to do. Therefore, all we need to do is kill him, again that is. Unfortunately, I don't know where he is or how to find him. But now that you're here, my faithful assistant, you can try the one good idea I've come up with so far. If you go to where these dapper zombies were last seen in South of Thanalan, you just might find them. And then you could become their friend and ask to meet their leader. Yes, that's sure to work. Oh, that's not good. We have to do a fate. I hope this doesn't take forever to spawn. I guess absolute worst case we could do like some gathering while we wait. Here we are in Forgotten Spring. Man, this expansion is just so good at getting your feet wet in the world. Whoa, that was trippy. Okay. I'm lost. There we go. The Red Labyrinth, no doubt. I can't believe how close I am to level 90 with my Paladin. Oh, perfect! Oh, this is so good. What is happening there? Okay, let's get rid of this guy. We should get that sweet chocobo experience. A dapper zombie. That's amazing. The dapperest of zombies. You are neither a gentleman nor a zombie. Boko's getting a little bit of experience. Any more dapper zombies here? Oh, dapper zombie! Ah, there you are. There you guys are. Awesome. Show the curious parchment to Nashu Makaraka. Apparently in 20 minutes we can go get, it says at 8 a.m. I can go get one. So I'm going to set an alarm here. For 16 minutes and 29 seconds. And then we will go get some sightseeing logs, hopefully. Once we get past the first 20 sightseeing logs, everything else gets much, much easier. But these first 20 logs are one super specific on the weather and the timing. Therefore, they only spawn like once every 20, 30 hours. But also they are in kind of awkward places, and because there's so few of them, you just kind of run into a bottlenecking issue. However, after you finish these 20, you unlock 60 new ones that you can go find. And therefore, usually I'll probably have you can just go out and you can get 30 or 40 in one day. Did you find the zombies? You did? That's wonderful. I've been busy too. The head zombie will rue the day he meets me, you'll see. So tell me, what did you learn? Oh, so you weren't able to make new friends. That's a shame. But this parchment, this is a map of the Segoli Desert. There's a spot marked here on the south. And look, there's something written here. A gentleman is, rather than does. That sort of reminds me of, well, no matter. Let's see where this map takes us, assistant. Onward, to the Segoli. I really love this map. Actually, I'd say that Final Fantasy XIV has some of the best maps in RPGs. I can't wait to see some of this. Wait. Is that the gold saucer? What is that? Yeah, that must be. I think the glowing eyes there are the eyes of the cactuar. Ah, I was right. cool. Was that? Is that Falling Star? I don't think I misread the map. Maybe they're just shy, though. I say we call out to them and let them know that we've come in peace. And when the leader shows himself, we strike. A gentleman is rather than does. Son is the gentle gentleman. They live. I live. And we hunger. My brothers, lend me your ears. A gentleman does not dine upon his guests. What perfect balance. Spare this fine gentleman and fair lady your mastications. Withdraw, I say, and harass them no more. Up in the sky, look, it's a bird. No, it's an airship. No, it's the inspector. We hear and we obey. It is you. It really is you. I knew nothing could kill the great Inspector Hildebrand. Hildebrand, you say? Who is this Hildebrand of whom you speak? My name is Zombie Brand, Devourer of Brains, Undead Overlord Extraordinaire. What are you saying? You're not an Undead Overlord. You're a Gentleman Inspector. Oh, Inspector, you're just confused is all. Don't worry, I'll knock some sense back into that noggin of yours. Stay your hand, milady, you know not what you do. Even if I was the esteemed gentleman you purport me to be, the concussive force of the blast is more than likely to liquefy my... If crashing into the ground made you forget, then an explosion of equal force ought to make you remember. I'll save you, Inspector. Or kill you trying. See? Even you acknowledge the possibility that this plan will result in my... These faces. Normally, I would applaud your ingenuity, Nashu, but I would prefer that you had found a more elegant solution. He remembers me! Inspector Hildebrand remembers me. Yes, I remember you, my faithful assistant. What I do not remember is how I came to be here. Yeah, I got another echo. such a wonderful dream. I slew a dragon and... What is this place? For that matter, who am I? That's amazing. I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, have awoken at last. I always knew you'd come back to us. Be it Red Moon or Black Dragon, no fiend is a match for my legendary might. But who might this fine gentleman be? Could he perhaps be one of my many admirers? Oh, but it's this faint tingling sensation in my arm, this ringing in my ears, this dizziness. Could it be a case? Cannot be used during battle. Interesting. Amazing, isn't it? He wasn't dead. He was just badly injured and needed to hibernate. I didn't even know people could do that. Verily, it could be naught else. Somewhere nearby, dastardly doings are afoot, and only I can thwart them. Copious quantities of sand, unbearable heat. Aha! The Sigoli Desert. I'd bet my life on it. Which means Ula is but a short trek away. Yes, it all fits. Only that den of iniquity could be so violently trigger my keen investigator's sense. Butchered that line. Fear not, law-abiding citizens. Inspector Hildebrand shall soon deliver you from evil. Because he's back! He's back in the saddle again! I also found out something really, really interesting yesterday. Did you know you could change the category of stuff here? Right, so we can go Ironworks. Thaumaturge, Black Mage. I wonder if there's anything for Blue Mage. Because I am rocking a relatively strong Blue Mage now. I'm level 39, so... Oops. Sorry, women. Also, I want to point out something else. The rising vendors here, make sure you come here and like add these things. There's no reason not to grab them. They are so cheap. What? You're looking for a half-naked Highlander what likes to catch criminals? Oh, I think I'd remember a thing like that. If you do manage to find this inspector friend of yours, tell him to do something about this goddamn duelist. Me Pate's pa's cousin's kid's best friend lost his blade the other day to that bastard. That's hilarious. Sorry, lad, but if it's information we want, you best be served by going to women. The only rumors I've heard are those about the wedding field. Calls himself a duelist, or so I hear. But when you don't allow your opponents to refuse, well... True. Yeah, it makes you more of a killer. Back to the shady man who started it all. I take it you've dealt with that zombie problem, eh? So, do tell. Just why were they dressing up like dandies? Ooh. That almighty... with a bleeding spear. The dead have risen. And, on her walk in the streets of Ul'dah. No need for melodrama, my good man. As you can see, the reports of my death were greatly exaggerated. It's true. He's not a zombie. I checked. Aye. You do seem to be hale and healthy. Which, begs the question. How in the seven hells did you survive that fall? Why question divine providence? What matters is that Eorzea's champion has returned, and that he, and by that I mean I, shall bring this thieving duelist to justice. Heard about that, did you? Might be harder than you think. Even I've got no inkling of that fellow's current whereabouts. Inconceivable. I refuse to believe that the ever-inquisitive, ever-ambitious, ever-reliable Raymond is without a single shred of information, even one of dubious relevance. Well, I'll make no promises, mind you, but there was some talk of a fair maiden who said her most... the audacity, I should fly to her side. Why, if it isn't the gentleman from the Sigoli. Oh, I need to get through this quick. Damn it, Hildy, I ain't told you the lass's name yet. Okay, so actually this is the perfect timing. We will come back to Wymond as soon as we get to East Thadolin. Okay, so we need to go to 14.3, 14.3, 18.6. So we're heading for up here. And then when we get here, yep, there it is. This is the area we're heading for. If I'm not mistaken, this right here is our vista. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this doesn't start for just a couple minutes. So what I'm going to do really quick is I'm going to go back to my event logs. Well, I make no promises, mind you, but there was some talk of a fair maiden what said her most... This knave assaulted a young woman as well? The audacity! I should fly to her side. Why, if it isn't the gentleman from the Sigoli. A serendipitous encounter indeed. Unless you too seek the belligerent duelist. It will be invigorating to engage in a friendly battle of wits. Already the spirit of competition fills me. Come, Nashu, we must away. Damn it, Hildy. I haven't told you Balassa's name yet. That's hilarious. So I think this is just... This is a pretty lookout spot, actually. In 1 minute, we will be able to get our sightseeing log. And here we are, Vista 19, the Invisible City. Buried under nearly a mob of solid rock, if not for a gaping rent torn open by the calamity, these ancient ruins may have gone undiscovered for another 1,000 summers. Scholars sent to Highbridge to study the site are currently of the mind that the structures are not a city, but in fact the tomb of one Lalafuto IV, famed Sultan of Beladia. I love those. Like, that makes me feel so good about investing the time to find these. Just that little pop-up. Now, when's our next one? Okay, so our next one is at 5 p.m., which is in 1 hour. So let's set the clock to about 50 minutes. Yeah, 11:04. And that'll give us about 10 minutes to respond should anything happen. So I'm loving doing these voices. However, it's a tad tiring on the voice. So I'm just going to go quickly switch out my drink and I'll be right back. Alright, let's continue the absurdity. After her own heart. Well, Arthur, you might as well go after him. You'll be disappointed if you don't. The lady in question is named Yellow Moon. Oh, I know her. She's leader of the Weavers Guild, if I'm not mistaken. Safe to say, you'll find her getting fitted for something in the Weavers Guild most every day. Good luck with the inspecting. Good luck with the inspecting, Inspector. I feel like that should have been more sarcastic. I thought I remembered seeing her in the Weavers Guild. My beloved Pureheart was unlike any wand you've ever seen. Elegant, refined, and perfect accessory for any cultured woman. You will bring it back to me, won't you? A priceless possession, callously ripped from the hands of its owner. The lady weeps, and the wind bears her sorrows to its ears. What gentleman could hear this clarion call and not beg the honor of championing her cause? What in the world? I swear to you here and now, I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, shall scour all creation from the deepest pits of the seven hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens for your pure heart. I swear to you. What he said. And you, my fellow servant of justice, I see your instincts are not to be underestimated, having guided you to this fair maiden's side. Now then, Miss Moon, what can you tell us of the theft? Thefts, sir, to be precise. My pure heart was only the most recent item to be taken from me. I'm certain I had it when I left home the other day. After I browsed the latest fashions at Sunsilk and took in a match at the Colosseum, I realized it was gone. So, the time and location of the thefts are unknown. Essential details without which we cannot solve the case. There is but one logical course of action, Miss Moon. To coax the hidden clues from your memories, we must reenact that fateful day's excursion to Sunsilk Tapestries. I may be a bad guild member, but I thought Sunsilk was the Weavers Guild. Miss Moon, would you be so kind as to describe your visit in detail on the day in question? Nothing unusual happens, but if you insist. I was pondering whether or not to purchase a new dress when a man approached me and confessed his undying love. What sort of man says that to a complete stranger, I ask you? Naturally, I was taken aback. I dropped my purse, in shock, not intentionally, on his foot, and he cried out in pain. If I may be so bold, Miss Moon, that strikes me as a most unusual happening. In any case, it appears to be completely unrelated to the theft. Let us next proceed to the Colosseum and see what you remember. I love the guy who's like, what is this? Why are you on my cargo? Please get off. Once again, Miss Moon, if you would be so kind as to tell us what you remember. Well, like before, nothing unusual happened. I felt like gambling that day and was debating which match to observe when a gladiator approached me from behind and confessed his undying love. Naturally, I was taken aback. I whirled about and struck the man in the face with my purse. In shock, not intentionally. Unfortunately, since I was carrying a tremendous sum of money, my purse weighed about 60 pounds, and the blow was enough to render him unconscious. 120 pounds? Miss Moon, you are a remarkably strong woman. Which is precisely why you were targeted. Oh, it's so obvious in hindsight. The thief bore you a grudge. No, it's more than that. He hated you with a passion. There sure are a lot of giant crates in Ul'dah at the Weaver's Guild, at some silk tapestries, and here too. Stand back. I'm on the verge of unraveling this mystery. I must be allowed to focus. Is there a person in there? Okay, I suppose we can explode them. Yup. Oh God, have mercy. Wow, there were people in there. I guess it explains the breathing and... Is that Yellowmoon's pure heart? Inspector! Oh, Inspector, look. At the heart of every crime rests a single unassailable truth, reached only by navigating a web of falsehoods and contradictions. Hearken to me now, for as a shepherd leads his flock, I shall guide you to my irrefutable conclusion. A gladiator professes his feelings only to be rejected and physically assaulted in response, wounding his pride as a warrior and a man, resenting her prowess whilst recognizing his weakness. He carries out a more feasible vengeance. He robs Yellowmoon of her weapon, the Pure Heart. Inspector, we found the Pure Heart. These strange men are sneaking around town in wooden crates have it. It's not what you think. We're not thieves, we're devotees. Yellowmoon is our sun and stars. We only wish to keep her safe from harm, and should she misplace an item from time to time, we collect it for safekeeping. Nothing untoward. You deviants were behind all the thefts. All this time you've been stalking me. What nerve! Oh, such unbridled fury, such righteous indignation. We should be glad to accept this goddess's punishment. Goddess? Devotees? Ah, but of course. That I had you inspect those crates was a stroke of genius indeed. As I was elucidating but a moment ago, those fiends are obviously the ones responsible for the recent rash of weapon thefts, as those thefts were carried out by a single individual, you imbecile. Lest you've forgotten, the culprit is a duelist. He only claims his victims as weapons after defeating them in single combat. If your powers of observation are as great as you claim, you should have deduced that those buffoons in boxes were incapable of such. I should know. I'm a reporter for the Mithril Eye. My name is Ellie. and I've been investigating these incidents for weeks. Inspector Hildebrand, gentleman investigator and agent of inquiry, I presume. You're looking well for a dead man. Would you like to meet one of the duelist's victims? I'll introduce you, with pleasure. You'd be willing to share such precious information with me. Your generosity is commendable, Miss Ellie. May this mark the beginning of a long and beautiful friendship. Yes, very good. The name of the man is... Huh? Where the bloody hell do you think you're going? I haven't told you anything yet. Who's a pattern, certainly. The Immaculate Deception. I suppose since you're the imbecile's friend, you intend to help him. The man you want to find is an adventurer named Humphrey. At present, he can be found at the Golden Bazaar. With luck, the good inspector may find his way there by the time you arrive. If not, then so be it. I wonder what will happen when he discovers that the victim is a perpetrator as well. Lots of time in Eastern Thanalan today. I am Humphrey. And you are? At last, I've caught up with you. You there, young sir. I'm told that you're a victim of the marauding duelist. Me? A victim? How amusing. You amuse me. True, I was challenged by the duelist not long ago, but where he thought to find a whelp, he found a warrior of light instead. I've defended my honor and my blade. See for yourself. You mean you won? That's amazing. Well, it was nothing compared to what I faced at Cottonelle. Magitech to the right of us, Magitech to the left of us, stuck in the middle with Master Lu we were. Cool, he was a dab hand with the old magic he was. I tried to save him, of course, but there's a limit to how many giant beasties a man can... That man is no warrior of light. Tell them, Eleazar. Tell them how he lost and surrendered a sword that was not his own. Liar! Scoundrel! I trusted that bastard with me father's blade, bid him take it to a smithy for restoration, even gave him gil to pay for it. And he comes crawling back, sniveling and begging forgiveness for losing it in a duel. Look at me. You bleeding horse, look at me. Me flowing golden locks are no more. I've gone bald from the stress and heartbreak. I'll swear to everything holy that you'll face a reckoning if you don't bring her back to me. All right. He beat the shite out of me and took the old man's sword. I'll use the gil to pay the Corugin. I've no idea where he or the sword is. What am I supposed to do, huh? I can't give him what I don't have, unless you help me find the sword. That's what you do, right? Help people. Have you no shame? First you claim a legacy not your own, then you beg others to help you with your problems of your own making? You will refuse this man, won't you, Inspector? And what of Eleazar's flowing golden locks? We shall begin our search for the sword by questioning the people of the Golden Bazaar. While we're here, let's get into repair. The boy should be ashamed of himself, robbing poor Eleazar of a priceless family heirloom. This goes to show you, you should never trust an adventurer who claims to be a warrior of light. Thieves and tricksters, the lot of them. It may not be the most honorable solution, but mayhaps you should consider giving Eleazar a counterfeit blade. If the deception brings him peace in his final days, would it be so wrong? Eleazar's sword wasn't much to look at, but at least was authentic. Heavy? Antique swords? I haven't the foggiest idea about that. That traveling merchant, Jajampa, is the one that you should speak to, assuming he hasn't left. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of an ancient sword, at least not of one I can guarantee to be authentic. You see, anywheres I determine to be of dubious origins, I immediately discard in the spring east of Camp Drybo. I did not mean to press X. This presents a quandary. Though I am loath to deceive an honorable man like Eleazar, a well-intentioned ruse may put his heart at ease, thus spurring the rejuvenation of his flowing golden locks, whilst we continue to search for the genuine article. Well, if there is a sword in that spring, it won't remain there for long. It's one of the more convenient sources of fresh water for the common folk in Camp Drybo. You should endeavor to be more optimistic, Miss Ellie. Like me. I say we search spring first before declaring all to be lost. It occurs to me that I'm not yet fully recovered from my accumulated injuries. It would not be prudent to immerse my body in water. Not without first coating it with a liberal application of salamander oil, that is. Indeed, on many an occasion my dearest mother tended my childhood scrapes just so. You understand the importance of physical rehabilitation, yes? Then you can assist me by pouring the oil all over my body. All right. I guess I can do that. Ah, this comforting scent, as though I am a child in her arms. Quickly now, before it dries, knead the oil into my aching flesh. Really? Ah, the pain multiplies manifold. Gently now, gently. Oh God, God, oh God! Yes, at last, my muscles slacken and soften. The warmth spreads and the pain becomes pleasure. I'm just doing this because I love you, Hildy. I'm glad to see that being dead did not get you down. This actually kind of reminds me of the Lion King theme from, like, in the Wildlands of Kingdom Hearts 2. You've been productive. Excellent. May I see what you found? No sign of the sword Jojanapa mentioned, I see. Ah. Now I'm all wet. What was that, anyways? Did something cause you to... Once again, my instincts have guided us to our quarry. That I had you search that section of the spring was a stroke of... Achoo! Inspector, it's bad for your health to conduct investigations in those clothes. I'll go to Ul'dah and fetch you some new ones. How thoughtful of you, Nashu. While you're there, purchase a few bottles of hair tonic for Eleazar as well. The newest, most potent blend you can find. Is it not wonderful, my friend? Soon all of Eleazar's woes will be no more. That was strange how it just like cut. is her. Every chip and scratch is just as I remember. God bless ye, sir. I never expected you would go to such lengths for two strangers without the thought of reward. Altruism is a rare trait these days. 'Tis common enough if you know where to look. A gentleman recognizes the good in every soul, and understands that none deserve to be forsaken. Spoken like a true gentleman, but your garments beg to differ. Inspector, I've brought you a change of clothing. I also brought a supply of tonic from this peddler I met in Pearl Lane. Excellent work, Nashu. If you would just bring me that case. Whoa. Inspector? Inspector Hildebrand. There appears to be something lodged in my forehead. Could it be a missive? When I'm doing voice acting, I can't control my finger. The author neglected to pen her name. I shall come to collect the collector's blade. Is that supposed to be flattering? No, it's supposed to be intimidating. The duelist wrote this. He's daring you to stop him. A challenge? For me? Oh, at last the curtain rises. Very well. If I am to duel the duelist, I must dress for the occasion. Oh, is my guy Eliezer getting his locks back? It's happening. Oh, that's too funny, actually. I, Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, accept your challenge. He's incredible, so bold, so majestic, just like a warrior of light. No, a gentleman of light. He is exceptionally something. Call Inspector Hildebrand, you look amazing. Hildebrand. This is far from the strongest of swords. That's Gilgamesh, isn't it? Blue skies and the rolling desert. How much longer must I seek the blade of legend? No dog with him. Which, I mean, doesn't necessarily mean anything. I want to see what I got in those two glass bottles. Hildebrand. Challenge accepted, my worthy opponent. You shall not claim the blade. With my, let us call it what it is, genius, I shall bring you to justice. Wait, you wish to duel with weapons, not wits? Which hardly seems appropriate for an epic battle. Hildebrand will return in The Three Collectors. Hey, I know that spear. That's the one I buried with the pumpkins. Pumpkins sort of remind me of... No. It's gone. Never mind. Bye! Cool. So that's the end. 2 bottles of filtered water. What do I need filtered water for? And what is this for? Okay, so we are actually entirely done patch 2.1. As far as I know, there is no actual content left to do in this. I still have the crafting logs to do up to level 50 for all classes. Which I may just do soon. But I feel like I'm going to really focus on crafting in 4.3 at the end of kind of like main A Realm Reborn quest. That's so cool. I feel like I'm going to have to do lots of grinding for these crystals though. Okay, let's go back to Limsa. I think I'm going to end the stream here because what I'm going to do, I found out about this whole Deputy Post Moogle thing. Apparently I wasn't supposed to do it yet. It's actually a patch 2.3 thing. So we're going to do this in patch 2.3. We'll keep the 2 that we did here. As you can see, I'm level 82, so I'm going to go do my dailies, see what I can do, and then I will report back to you later on if I get the chance to start patch 2.2 today. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you had a good time. Talk to you later.